Now let's spend some time in talking about the infamous ScanWin tool made by Autodesk for your use in audits. We recommend you not to install these scripts. This tool, once deployed on your systems, and if you give the output files to Autodesk, they will have all the evidence they need to send you a hefty bill. So you want to avoid that from happening. Now, in Autodesk Audit, as audits from other vendors, is typically not a technical exercise. I would say it's more a contractual legal exercise, because you want to find clauses that help you completely get rid of that audit and not execute on it. So you need to read your contracts. But we don't want to get too deep into the contract discussion here. We've covered that in other videos. We want to talk about the ScanWin tool. So the goal is that you do not install the ScanWin tool on your systems. How do you do that? Let's have a look at your contracts, if you're actually legally, contractually obliged to do so. The sources that the auditor or the partner of the auditor who's going to audit you is going to send you will say that you have the obligation to do that, to install these ScanWin tools. We doubt that strongly. Typically, the sources say the contract, the agreement that you have with Autodesk that they send to you is not the agreement that you've actually signed or clicked. So you want to find out what is actually the contract that you and the other party, Autodesk, have closed. If you come to the point that you actually agree that this is the version of the terms of use of Autodesk that we have agreed upon, and you find a clause that says you need to install the Autodesk scripts, say ScanWin tool, then you're already a step too far, basically. We believe that you do not have to go that way. But if you are at this point, I think there are still some things that you can do to avoid this hard audit, to avoid installing the ScanWin tool, even though you have found the passage that applies and that says that you have to do it. So before you do that, I think you should ask yourself, and you should also ask Autodesk, the auditor, if you can also comply with your requirements in terms of GDPR, and that you can comply with your obligation to protect your corporate interests, your corporate secrets, by installing the ScanWin tool, because you don't know what this tool is going to read out and what not. And it's very difficult to trust the auditor just by saying it. So you need proof that you do not have a data protection infringement on your desk once you've installed that. So you need to ask those questions and you need to protect your interests. And one other thing, apart from GDPR and corporate secrets, is that you want to make sure that the installation of these ScanWin tools don't harm your systems. So what actually happens in the case that your systems crash? All your engineers are going to be offline. What's going to happen to all the drawings, to everything you've already done? Is that at risk? Likelihood is probably not very, very high, but you want to cover this last percentage of risk. And if Autodesk is so confident that their tool is proper and is not going to hurt your system, I think they should let you see and know, based on what test data these tools have been tested, if they comply with industry standards, and if something goes wrong and your systems crash, or you have other data corruption, you have any problems that are linked to this process, this audit process, then Autodesk should be confident enough to sign you an agreement that they're actually gonna pay for this. If they cannot do it, if they do not want to do it, I think their confidence might be unbased, that they don't have reason to be so confident, and they push this risk, which is if it occurs, a very high risk to your side, and you should not accept this. So if you're at this step that you consider, because you feel contractually obligated to do so, to install and run the ScanWin tool, then make sure that you're safe, that the tool is actually proper, and that if something goes wrong, that you can hold Autodesk liable for these damages that occur on your site. If you follow all this advice, I think you're on a good way to manage this Autodesk audit process in a proper way that Autodesk might refrain from auditing you at all. If you feel in any way, at any point during the process, that you want to talk to an independent consultant, we're always here. Just give me a call, send me an email. I'm very happy to help. Thank you. If you like this content and it's useful for you, then please give me a like. I'd be very happy for that. Please subscribe to our channel or go to our website, prolicense.com, and sign up to our newsletter. If you need help immediately, we can help you. Just send me an email or give me a call. I'm always available. Bye.